Day 6 of Broncos camp was impressive, especially for the offense, who recorded score after score. Here you see backup quarterback Jeff Driscoll connect with rookie tight end Albert Ojemudia. And for the first time this camp, there was an official on the field. That's kicker Brandon Mcmanus in the stripes, making himself useful during team drills late in practice today. And just like a real NFL official, Mcmanus had to deal with a couple of frustrated defenders as well. Thank you so much for joining us for another edition of Training Camp Tonight, powered by Ford. Yesterday, Noah Fant, Nick Vannett, Bradley Chubb, and Devontae Harris were all missing from practice, but today, with the exception of Vannett, all three of those guys returned to the field. Vannett, he is still undergoing concussion protocol, so he is set to miss at least a couple of more days. Now, there was another key guy missing from the field today, and somebody carted off the field as well. With a little bit more on that and who stood out at practice today, let's send it down to Matt Boyer, who is standing by with the Hall of Famer Steve Atwater.
Thank you, Alexis. Yes, down here at 27 Hall of Fame Plaza with the Pro Football Hall of Famer Steve Atwater. Steve, we got the best seat in the house, of course. Today, though, not necessarily the best day for injuries, because we did see a couple of guys go down. KJ Hamler, we found out from head coach Vic Fangio, going to be out a couple of weeks. Todd Davis had to be helped off the field during practice. Von Miller and Melvin Gordon a little banged up. The injury bug biting here, Steve. So what does this mean for some of the guys down the roster?
It really means that guys get more of an opportunity to show what they can do. And again, they got to show it to the coaches, they got to show it to their teammates, and they got to prove to themselves that, you know, they can play regardless of the situation. And, you know, not having fans out here is one thing, but, you know, getting an opportunity because the guy's injured, you don't feel good about that. But at the same time, you gotta make the most of it. And, you know, hopefully, you know, the wide receivers, the Tim Patricks, who I think was pretty solid already. We've seen him working. He's always been a worker, contributing on special teams and everything. I think Tyree Cleveland will get some opportunities to show what he can do. Deshaun Hamilton, the guy has to make sure he ups his game. He had a good day at practice today. He had a couple of nice catches out there. So, yeah, guys, if they step up, hey, it's going to be more of an opportunity for you to make this team.
On the defensive side, in that linebackers room, there's some experience there, right? You've got Josie Jewell inside, but there's also some youth. When you've got a mixed room like that, do the veterans have the edge, or is it maybe the young guys that haven't had that much of a look yet?
Well, to be honest with you, I think the coaches have a good idea of what most of the veterans can do, especially the veterans who've been here. So I think they kind of have an idea of what Josie Jewell can do. They don't know what Justin Stranad can do. They don't know what his ceiling is. So I would imagine, you know, if he knows the defense and understands, you know, the linebackers got to make a lot of adjustments and checks out there. If he can handle that part of the game, he'll be given an opportunity as well.
Let's get to your A-list real quick. Who we got on offense today?
Are you surprised by take a guess.
10 look good out there, Steve.
Jerry Jeudy.
Oh, man, 10 look good.
And we knew we would get to him, right? He's been making great catches all camp long. He's been working hard in before practice, out there catching some balls after practice sometimes, just doing all the things that you would hope that a rookie would do. He's just a true professional, not doing much talking, just, you know, learning from the veterans and going out there giving it 110% every play. And that's what we got to have.
He didn't get a lot of first-team reps, though, Steve, at the beginning of camp. They've just kind of been giving him a little bit more. Are you surprised by that?
Not really, because, you know, you got to kind of put in the player's mind. You know, he's a superstar. We know he's a superstar. You got to put in his mind. You still got to work for it. Yeah. You know, and really, truly, you do. But we know come September 14th.
I think so. Monday Night
Come
Football.
September 14th, Jerry Jeudy is going to be lined up on the other side of Cortland Sutton.
Absolutely no doubt there. Let's get to the defensive side. I'm talking a lot about the DBs.
Yes.
Are we going there today again?
I like, man, Michael Ojemudia. I had some issues pronouncing his name, but I love his game. We saw him at the Senior Bowl earlier this year. Had great techniques, great fundamentals, great with his eyes, great footwork, and he's a big physical corner who, in a pinch, if you need him to cover a tight end, just say a Travis Kelce or somebody, he can step in and do that as well. But, you know, hopefully we can keep him outside on those big tall wide receivers to get a nice jam on them.
Third cornerback spot, is it looking like Ojemudia, Bosby? That those two guys are kind of fighting for it.
No, it's going to be a battle, really, because I do think that Bryce Callahan and AJ Bouye have those, first two cornerback spots locked up. But it's going to be a battle between, I think, Ojemudia and Devontae Bosby.
Michael Ojemudia, good Detroit boy, Steve. I like the pick there,
you
man.
Like the Michigan connection.
I know.
Man.
Hamler, Ojemudia, I like them all. If you're from the state of Michigan, man, you got no problems with me. Today on the stage you had Rich Carlos. We'll get to that in a second. Tomorrow, guy used to wear 18 here, Peyton Manning.
Oh, the big dog.
The sheriff will be on the stage with you.
Yes.
How much are you looking forward to you talking with number 18?
Oh, big time. I'm looking forward to it. Peyton Manning is such a great player, a true student of the game. He's going to share some knowledge with our fans that I don't think they've heard before. He's a guy that knows the game inside and out, and I'm looking forward to chopping it up with him.
A great football player, a great humanitarian, just came off raising over $20 million for COVID-19 relief. So Peyton Manning will be here with the Hall of Famer Steve Atwater. Today, though, Rich Carlos provided some insight into a couple of Steve's burning questions about what it means to be one of the most unique place kickers in NFL history.
Barefoot Kicker. How did you even know that you could kick barefoot?
Well, I mean, keep in mind, I only played my senior year in high school, and that was as a punter, and I did have a shoe on teaching myself to kick, but I grew up in northeastern Ohio where soccer did not exist.
Right.
And liked it enough that I tried to walk on at the University of Cincinnati as a punter, and then in spring ball they switched me to kicking, and I had seen Tony Franklin kicking barefoot at Texas A&M, and I was so desperate, I was like, I'll try anything.
So were you missing them with your shoe on?
I didn't get a good feel for it. That's before they made shoes that were really nice and fitted to your foot. So I learned real quick that if you concentrated, it didn't hurt. And if you did not concentrate, you paid the price.
So you must have started practicing when it was warm outside.
Oh, yeah. In spring ball, it was still pretty warm. And matter of fact, at Cincinnati, we practiced on the old AstroTurf. And in the summers, it got pretty hot. So there were times I brought a bag of ice out to put my foot on waiting between kicks.
Oh, my goodness. That's torture.
No one accused me of being smart.